Think of me as the artifact, and you get 10 questions to ask. I'd like to see your other artifact, if you know what I mean. Hello, and welcome to Velvet Bite. This is a visual novel in which you are invited to a Halloween party, but suddenly it turns out that everybody is a vampire. Let's get started. What is your name? Yinny. I've been excited for this for a while. The background looks gorgeous too. October 31st, 20XX. It's 4 PM and I'm standing in front of Robin's mansion. Every inch of the facade is crammed with Halloween decorations. It's festive, no doubt, but in a way that mirrors Robin perfectly. Luckily, no invitees have arrived at the mansion yet. With a selfie stick clutched in my hand, I swung around to grab a video of the whole scene. Satisfied, I lowered the camera, but a wave of fearful realization washed over me. What if everyone at the party stared at me? Oh god, yeah, horror, don't look at me. I never want to be perceived, ever. I only like to be perceived online. If I get seen IRL, I will melt and die. It's okay, Yinny. You can do this. I keep repeating the magic word I've been mumbling the whole walk over. I felt a slight surge of energy. I reached out and knocked on the door. Thump thump, the sound echoed down the street, mirroring the frantic rhythm of my own heart. A tense moment transpired before the door creaks open, revealing a towering figure shrouded in green. My breath hitches for a moment, but then a wave of relief washes over me as I recognize the familiar face beneath the monstrous mask. Oh, hey, yo! Shit! Wow! Oh. Read the game! Oh boy. Okay, alright. Happy Halloween. Now it brings a beautiful fairy to a camp of monsters. A fairy thirsty for entertainment never turns down an invitation. Thirsty for something else. Are you single? Robin, decked out like Frankenstein, lets out a booming laugh that dissolves into goofy chuckles. I grin back, warmed by his friendly greeting. As he approaches, Robin pulls me in for a gentle hug. Hey, Yinny, it's been a while, hasn't it? I almost forgot what a dazzling fairy looks like in person. You look fantastic. Glad you could make it here today. Hey, Robin. Good to see you too. Well, not everyone has arrived yet. There are no set rules here, so feel free to explore. Certainly. After a quick exchange, I step inside the house. Soft music wafted just beyond the door. Robin's mansion remained much the same as I remember from childhood, fostering a sense of calm as I settled into a corner of the lavishly decorated party hall. The interior mirrored the grand exterior in its opulence. The inside is quite cozy. I hope it stays quiet. I doubt it. Eyes glued to my phone screen as always, I mutter under my breath. Filming video diaries was my therapist's suggestion, which soon became a way to release the pressure building inside me. Back then, I just needed a safe space, and video diaries became my personal hibernation. Oh, he's so cute. Oh wow. He's so adorable. You're so cute. I want to pinch his cheeks. Oh, hello there, beautiful fairy. Finding yourself alone this evening? A man dressed as a vampire placed a bowl of candies on the table. I instinctively sat up straighter. Who? This is Count Dracula, a friend of Frankenstein's. Nice to meet you. I'm a forest fairy from the national park. What a coincidence. I'm from the national park too. Yeah, like hell you are. I don't trust anything you say. Aren't vampires supposed to be in cities after human blood? City life isn't good for your mental health. Vampires also need greens to heal. Wait, you do what now? I thought you drank more blood to heal. He smiles brightly and hands me a glass of wine. Here you go, a glass of elixir perfect for a beautiful fairy. Oh, stop it. Thank you. Enjoy. Count Dracula bowed politely before moving on to set up the other tables. I sipped my wine. The burst of flavor from the candies momentarily drew my attention away from my longing for the party to be over. Oh my god, what a mood. I get here and I already want to go home. The wine had taken its toll. The room tilted sharply as I stood, and I stumbled out into the hallway. A stranger's voice cuts through the haze but was lost in the fog. I sneak outside of the party hall and head towards the restroom, which was around the corner on the right side of the hallway. Oh no. Unfortunately, the first floor restrooms were already full. Is everybody shitting? 10 minutes passed with the line showing no signs of shortening. It seemed the vastness of the mansion couldn't accommodate the sheer number of partygoers needing a break. Man, everybody wants to go poop at the same time. I'm sure there's available restrooms on the second floor. The effort of having to go up and down the stairs would deter some people. Hoping for a shorter line, I climbed the stairs to use the second floor restroom. But my plan was derailed when a man in a devil costume grabbed my wrist. What's the meaning of this? Okay, alright. Stop it. Get out of my face. You're hot. Man, I hate this guy already. Sebastian? I suggest you stop. Stop what? What does his voice sound like?
この先へ行くことだ。
Help. Oh. The way I voice this man is gonna pale in comparison. Going up to the second floor. Let's hear one more line. I wish, but the restrooms on the first floor are full.
お前はじきに後悔するだろう。
Alright, okay. Okie dokie. You're getting yourself into something you'll regret big time. What could be more regrettable than standing here and embarrassing yourself? I can't tell you that. You're drunk. You regret it. Well, duh, if I can't get to the second floor, do you enjoy watching other people embarrass themselves? Yeah, what if I piss my pants here right now, huh? Not really, but... Then get off me! I'm an old friend of the owner of this mansion, and I know the layout well. I don't know what you're worried about, but it's not gonna happen. Oh, it most definitely is gonna happen. Don't blame me. The firm words struck a chord. The devilish gatekeeper releases his grip with a sigh. Restroom, restroom. Wasting no time, I skipped the remaining steps. Thankfully, restrooms were as empty as I'd hoped. I'm not used to calling it a restroom. I usually just call it the shitter. Although I had a small mishap, I managed to get it under control. If I hadn't made it in time, I might have never seen Robin's face again. Continuing my video diary, I walked down the quieter hallway on the second floor, which was a welcome change from the bustling party atmosphere downstairs. Having spent some time at the party, I felt like I'd fulfilled my obligation to Robin for the invitation. I absolutely have. Is there a cat? I'm gonna sit down with the cat. As I explored freely, I didn't realize until the 5th identical statue that I began to feel a strange sense of unease. This is weird. Why do I feel like I'm walking in circles? If I turned right there had to be the stairs leading down to the party hall. But every time I did, it ended up back at the same hallway. Maybe I'm still drunk? Perhaps resting in one of the guest rooms would help clear my head. I open the door to the room and step inside. The door closes automatically. It's dark. I can't see anything. The room plunged me into an absolute darkness, as if a thick cloth had been slammed over my eyes. The stale air carried a metallic tang from the lack of maintenance. My fingertips explored the wall for the switch and I turned the light on when I found it. A bright light burst from the ceiling and blinded me. I blinked several times to adjust to the light, but then... Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, right. I remembered. Blood smelled similar to a rusty metal. A woman laid still on the bed, devoid of color. Sickening amount of blood pooled around the neck of the woman, leaving a dark velvet stain on the otherwise pristine white sheets of the bed. The volume of blood loss spoke of an unsurvivable injury. Is she? The selfie stick tumbled from my grasp, clattering to the soft carpet. Thud, the sound jolted me back to reality. A cold dread replaced the alcohol's heat. I had to get out. Now. I threw open the door ready to bolt, but my escape was cut short. Two arms slammed down from behind me, muffling a scream in my throat. Panic surged through me as I clawed at the unseen attacker, desperate to break free, but their grip was like a vice, pinning me to the spot with inhuman strength. A searing pain erupted in the back of my neck and a rush of icy liquid spread through my veins. Hang on a second! What happened to consent? I did not say that you could use me like a juice box. Crap. Then, the darkness engulfed my vision. A soft floral scent tickled my nose. I struggled to open my eyes. Slowly, blurry shapes began to resolve into the familiar pattern of my childhood bedroom ceiling in Robert's mansion. What happened? I couldn't remember. I must have had too many drinks that my head throbbed with a dull ache. Yinny, you awake? Robin, why am I here? Forrest says you were passed out on the floor. Forrest? He's the young guy who helped me organize the party. He's dressed as a vampire and... Oh, the one from the national park? Yeah. He was checking the empty rooms when he spotted you. He treated you and called me. Wait, hold it! I saw a dead body in that room, I swear! A dead body? Robin's face darkened. I'm not lying, I smelled blood everywhere. The sheets were soaked red, there was a woman dead on the bed, it was the killer who knocked me out. I see. You must have been very scared. We have to call the cops, there's a killer running wild out there. I understand. You should calm down first. It's not the time. You don't believe me, do you? Robin calmly patted me on the back. Yinny, why would I doubt you? Look, after Forrest found you a little out of it, I decided to check on everything myself. I went through each room on the second floor, most were empty, and there was only one with someone in it. And guess what? Wine-soaked sheets. That's all. Then the body was... She was just fast asleep on her stomach. Probably looked like she was dead to the world, which I assumed is what freaked you out. That woman is peacefully snoring in the next room. If you're still feeling like a detective, why don't you check her out for yourself? I followed Robin to the next room. Robin knocked politely on the door. It slowly opened, revealing the person I least expected. She sounds exactly like I expected her to. You do realize it's disrespectful to visit a person while they're sleeping without a heads up, right? We're sorry to intrude, Madison. Rest assured we'll be off as soon as we make sure you're alright. Madison? You also came to the Halloween party? If you aren't done, then leave, creep. My roommate Madison pouted. Creep? Look who's the creep. I looked at the girl returning to the bed. In the shock of seeing a dead body, I couldn't make out her face. However, her clothing and body size was similar to the person I saw passed out. She was pale, but breathing regularly and sleeping soundly. You were right, Robin. I must have been mistaken. Madison, I'm sorry I bothered you in the middle of the night. I'll just head back to my room. Well then, get some rest, Madison. I wished Madison good night and left the room. Where did my phone go? I followed Robin down to the first floor. Because I had dropped my selfie stick, the phone fell out from the clamps and was lost. I began cautiously exploring the empty rooms in search of my phone, remembering to knock the door in case someone was inside. After searching a few rooms, I heard a cat meowing from the top of a display cabinet. There is a cat! Could that be... Don't tell me. Eve? Eve, a Persian cat yawned and leaped down to me. No, I told you I'm not your ladder. Meow. My forest throbbed from the swat Eve delivered. It looked like someone missed their favorite can opener. I pet Eve's bushy fur as she purred contentedly. An object fell from Eve's mouth, and the clatter on the floor drew my attention. What did you steal this time? Meow. The thing Eve smuggled was... Ooh. Who's Yvonne? Who the heck is Yvonne? Huh? Well, I think we're gonna go with Sebastian first. No idea who this belongs to. I guess I'll just have to send a group message later. I teased the burglar cat with a gentle flick on her snout. I put the thing away in my pocket. Maybe I could return it during the party if I had the chance. By the way, do you happen to know where my phone is? Meow. You hid it, didn't you? Where did you put it? Meow. I can't meow, or rather I refuse to. Eve shut down the hall with a sharp meow, demanding me to follow. Eve was a smart cat, more cunning than any other feline I'd known, except when it came to stealing. Nodding to myself, I followed her to the... study. Eve led the way to the study. It was filled with antique books in the space, completely unrelated to the party. I couldn't see any sign of someone else here. I scanned the shelves, focusing particularly on the bottommost ones, but I couldn't find my phone despite scrutinizing the entire room. I have looked everywhere Eve might have stashed my phone. Where could it be? Meow. Eve cried happily, her tail swishing back and forth, clearly enjoying this game of treasure hunt. Hey, I asked you where my phone is, you cute furry thief. Eve's playful meows echoed in the room as she leapt from one shelf to another. Eventually, she leapt towards the man in a devil costume. He didn't seem surprised by her sudden behavior and casually caught her up and sat her down on the floor. Are you the devil from the staircase? Hello, fairy lady. He greeted me with a nonchalant expression. Despite his elaborate Halloween costume, he looked utterly out of place. Why did you say that earlier? That I should stop or else I would regret. I mistook you for a different person. Guess I was drunk. You didn't look drunk, only on the outside. You're lying. Obviously. How does a drunk person speak so clearly like that? The man blinked at me, dazed. Wait, did his cheeks just flush, or am I imagining things? He coughed briefly, then pulled a business card out of his wallet and held it out to me. Anyway, I apologize for my rudeness earlier. I'm Sebastian. The National Institute of Archaeology? Exploring secret tombs and uncovering mysteries? Those are in movies. In reality, expeditions are only a small part of archaeology. Oh, tell me more. When we find the site or an artifact that can tell us something about the past, we try to analyze and interpret it. It's a long and tedious process that requires patience. In one case, the artifact that our team found 10 years ago hasn't been interpreted yet. What artifact? He fell silent for a moment at my question, and he spread his hands wide. There are no mysteries if I just tell you everything, right? Why don't you give it a guess? Think of me as the artifact, and you get 10 questions to ask. I'd like to see your other artifact, if you know what I mean. Is it big? Is it big? Yeah, is it big? Yeah, is it big? No, it's about the size of your palm. I can work with that. Is it a living thing? No, it's inanimate. You shouldn't talk about your wiener like that. Can you cook? Okay, alright. You know, okay. Can you... Can you cook with it? No, I can't. I sure hope not. Can you Alright, I need to break the association with this artifact and here's a wiener. Can you do math with it? No, it can't do math. Shut up, you need. Can you observe celestial bodies with it? Interesting guess, but not quite. Does the object record history? No, no stories are recorded. Can it give directions? No, it doesn't give directions. Can it tell the time? Yes, it can tell you the time. Ancient clocks measure time with water, shadows, or sand. However, water clocks and sundials are typically bulky and wouldn't fit in one hand, so... It's an hourglass. Correct. What does it look like? It contains very fine red metallic grains of sand, has runes engraved on the surface. But an hourglass isn't exactly a difficult object to interpret. Everyone thought so, but soon after the discovery we found something strange about it. What was so strange? The sand in that hourglass didn't flow, it defied gravity. Isn't the sand simply clumped together and hardened? The repeated analysis showed no signs of moisture in the hourglass. It wasn't about sand turning into sandstone. So it's almost a what? What is that? Sebastian nodded cautiously, intrigued by mysterious stories like this. I hoped he would continue, but he glanced at his watch and waved me off. Something came up. I have to go. By the way, if you're looking for a phone, it's on the bookshelf in Zone B, column 11. As Sebastian had pointed out, my phone was nestled on shelf 11 in Zone B, third row from the bottom. How on earth did Eve get it up there? I grabbed the phone, grumbling. The leather case wrapped around the phone was marred with Eve's bite marks. I carefully pulled out a photo from the inner lining of the case. The corner of the photo was scorched, but thankfully no holes were punctured. Phew, I'm glad it's okay. I should laminate it so it doesn't get ruined. Wide smiles beamed from the man and the woman in the photo, dressed in Christmas sweaters and a Santa hat. They stood around a little girl frowning as if on the verge of whining. I cautiously put the photo away. It's almost time. One by one, the merrymakers began to head home. I grabbed my purse from my seat and was getting up when a man dressed as a vampire approached me. Did you enjoy the party? I somewhat did. I should have avoided getting carried away with the drinks. He smiled when he heard my response and offered me a chocolate-covered ice cream. This is a magical dessert that should keep your hangover at bay. Thank you, Forrest. He really is too cute. Did I introduce myself already? Robin did. He told me you found me passed out and carried me to a safe place. Thank you. You're welcome. It's a count's duty not to overlook a lady's hardships. I was afraid you were having a nightmare, but I'm glad nothing serious happened. A nightmare? Yes, nightmares can be a sign of stress. If you ever feel overwhelmed, there are resources available like therapists. A friend of mine actually found therapy very helpful when they were going through a tough time. Don't worry about it. I know a skilled therapist myself. In fact, he recommended me to come to this party. He said I shouldn't keep avoiding people. I'm glad to hear that. The dessert he gave me tasted as if a whole cacao nut had been blended in. So sweet and so bitter that my tongue ached. Whoever made this clearly did not think about balancing flavors. Whoever made this didn't think about flavors because they're a vampire and they drink nothing but blood? It was a pleasure to meet you, Forrest. I barely touched the ice cream and pushed the bowl away. I stood up, leaving it behind. The party's finally over. I'm exhausted. I drank too much, I passed out, and when I woke up I didn't have my phone with me. And that was because Eve stole and hid it. To find I had to search every corner of the mansion, the ice cream I had at the party tasted awful. My tongue still tingles from the bitter taste. Oh no, shit's hitting the fan. Suddenly a piercing scream swallows the mansion. No! Is that it? No! Oh man. I guess I'll go and check out some of the other routes then, right? Alright, we're back here. Let's go with Madison. No idea who this belongs to. I guess I'll have to send the group message later. I teased the burglar cat with a gentle flick on her snout, and I put the thing away in my pocket. Maybe I could return it during the party if I had the chance. By the way, do you happen to know where my phone is? Alright, let's go to the game room and see Madison, and then we'll see Yvonne. Eve led the way to the game room, bustling with activity under the dim orange glow. Laughter and friendly banter filled the air as groups huddled over card tables and chessboards. My attention, however, was drawn to the corners of the room as I walked around searching for my phone. Oh, this is draining me out. Searching the floor for my phone with the crowd milling around was no easy feat. Back when I was younger, hide and seek with Eve was a blast. That's why I never understood Robin's frustration at the time. Now it made sense. Robin was just worried about a kid sneaking into an adult party and getting in trouble. Hey, past Robin. I'm sorry. Hey, I screamed as Madison leaped from behind me, completely unexpected. She scrambled to cover her ears, wincing at the sudden noise. You're blowing up my ears. Shut up. You didn't have to scare me like that. Do I care? What's your problem? That's my question to ask. Why are you here? Are you stalking me? Madison drilled me with a withering glare. Nonsense. I'm here because Robin invited me. What are you doing here? You specifically said you had an important appointment. This is exactly what it is. It would have been perfect if you hadn't shown up. You're being ridiculous. I had no idea you were even coming here, let alone what kind of plan you had going on. How could I possibly have messed anything up? Why must your first ever day out be here of all places? Why here? Why today? Stop accusing me for nothing, Madison. I stopped talking back and grabbed Madison's shoulder. She crouched on the floor and began to shake uncontrollably. Madison, look at me. Are you crying? I screwed up. Damn you, I screwed up too badly. Oh, no, hey, Madison, it's okay. I don't know what happened, but you're gonna be okay. I reached down and gently offered Madison a hand to pull her up. Despite being roommates, I knew very little about her because our living style was the complete opposite of each other. One thing I knew for sure was that Madison had a partner. If there was one thing that could shatter her in the middle of a party, it was a breakup. Nothing I do seems to work out. That's not true, Madison. You're just going through a rough patch. It'll get better. And the worst part is you are now sympathizing with me. This was the first time I was criticized for simply caring. I swallowed the urge to whack her on the back when I saw her face stained with tears. But, well, it wasn't so bad. Maybe you're right. Besides, I've come too far to stop now. Here, take it. Isn't that my phone? I found it in that corner. Keep it safe with you. Madison's reply was blunt. Without another word, she left the game room. What a disingenuous character. Alright, I think... yep. Okay, so basically same ending branch, but we just get a different scene with people. So let's load, and we'll go and meet Yvonne this time. The dimly lit powder room was where Eve led me. Fortunately, there was only one other occupant, a woman in a witch costume. Following Eve's curious gaze, I walked around the powder room, focusing on the corners of the floor. No. This color doesn't work. Maybe this one. Actually, what does she sound like? Maybe I can mimic the tone a little bit.
違う。この色は似合わないわね。
The rhythmic click-clack of compact lids echoed. She seemed frustrated with the progress of her makeup. I could relate. There are times that you just dislike everything. After several minutes of what seemed like frantic excavation, I managed to find my phone. Also, she is so pretty. She is gorgeous. Phew, found it. Filming video diaries had become an addiction. Just 10 minutes without my phone and I have withdrawal symptoms. I turned on the screen to check if it was mine and felt relieved as a familiar wallpaper and lock screen greeted my eyes. Across the powder room, the woman remained locked in battle with her makeup.
これでもないし。
Not this one either. Can I help you? Oh, who are you? I'm a forest fairy from the national park and I help people in need. Even through the messy layers of makeup, her beauty shone through. A familiar flutter took flight in my chest, as anyone would when faced with such radiance. She met my gaze with a hint of curiosity and nodded. Alright, I guess it can't get any worse than this. I don't have brushes with me right now. May I borrow yours? Do as you please. By the way, my name's Yvonne. I'm Yvonne. I run a small business on my own. I've heard that name before. Where did I... Oh, are you CEO Yvonne from YV? I doubt it's a brand known to students. Was that a slight? Huh? Quite the opposite. Your brand is loved among teens, though not many can afford it by themselves. Oh? Is that so? Yes, and I'm also using the latest limited spring edition blushes. That's a great lineup for someone with soft skin tone. You have a good taste for aesthetic. Thank you. Now, please, close your eyes. With her eyes closed, Yvonne's face looked more like a porcelain doll than a person. I gently wiped away the existing makeup and began reapplying the foundation. You have strong facial features. A softer makeup would look really good on you. Is that so? My makeup artist insists on a very dramatic look. I suppose that person is right when you need to look formal, but this isn't a business meeting, is it? Well, any gathering is business. But it's just a Halloween party, right? You're even dressed up as a witch. Why not enjoy the playfulness with your makeup on? Unless, of course, you're aiming to steal the spotlight? Actually, there's one person here I definitely don't want the spotlight on. Oh, in that case, maybe we should keep the dramatic look then. No, I should be fine like this. It's not the kind of person you can just overpower with makeup, so surprise me. After our small talk, I wrapped up the final touches of Yvonne's makeup. It was a far lighter and fresher look than the messy one she'd started with. Wonderful. This is even better than what my regular makeup artist does. Thank you, Yinny. You're too kind. I meant my word. A true business person knows how to recognize a gem from the sand. By the way, you said earlier you were a forest fairy from the national park, right? Oh, that? Yeah. What's good for a fairy? Cutie pie or sweetheart? Aw, don't call me that. She's got like a real mommy energy. That's... Sweetheart would be good, since pink is your color. I'll see you around, sweetheart. Yvonne gave me a quick air kiss and vanished from the powder room. She sounds like the type to say like, ara ara. Embarrassingly, I can do a decent ara ara. Ara. You know what I mean? She just seems like the type to just like come up to you and like grab you by the chin and just be like, ara. And then you just go all blushy and stuff. Anyways, Yvonne gave me a quick air kiss and vanished from the powder room. Alright, we're back here. Back at the same ending, I think? Yeah. Aw, I really hope for an update soon. I really like this. This is really good. The art is gorgeous. Like, whoever did the art and the rendering is incredible. Also, the voice acting was really spot on too. I really hope that there's English voice acting in the future. I regret not being able to play the voices as much, but I felt like it would be really jarring if I played the line and then read it. So, unfortunately, you guys had to stick with me reading the whole thing. But thank you so much for experiencing the story with me so far. Which one of the four would you go with? Would you go with Sebastian? Would you go with Forrest or Madison or Yvonne? I almost hope that Robin was an option as well because he's gorgeous. He's so pretty. When I saw him, I was just like, oh, I'll definitely be playing the next part of this when it gets updated from a demo. But thank you so much again for watching. If you guys like this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And if you want to hang out outside of my streams, feel free to join our Discord. Link is in the bio below, or feel free to pop by over to Twitch where I stream 4 times a week. You are more than welcome. But as always, I appreciate your time so much. And until next time, take care.